Hello and welcome to episode 152 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is Leaders Rule the World. Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynns Question. Now, leaders rule the world. It's a concept that you might already know. And you're like, Lynn, of course I know that. It's obvious. We see people like Donald Trump and he kind of rules America. We see these leaders in different parts of the world leading different movements, right? So my question for today, but also my thought and the thing that I want to share with you is that if you want to create a movement, if you want people to start following you, if you want to get paid much easier, if you want a list of people to chase you and you not having to chase other people. See, leaders don't chase people, right? Leaders lead people and leaders become followed. Then the natural really sequence to building a business where people start chasing you is to becoming a leader inside of your field. Now, I know that might seem obvious, but for me, I did not know this. I did not know that I needed to become a leader. I did not know that I needed to really step up. Well, deep down I did, and I knew that if I did, everything would change for me. Yet in reality, I had no idea, number one, on how to become a leader. And secondly, I was very, very afraid of becoming a leader. If I didn't make those two choices to step up, and if I didn't make those two choices to really double down on my fears and really figure out what was going on with me, I wouldn't be here today. The natural consequence would be me not be here speaking through your car sound system or your earphones or whatever it is, right? Naturally, I want you to understand this. If you're going to build a business in 2017, if you're going to build a business in 2018, 2019, number one, this is the fastest way. Yet it's the most hardest way. It's the route that I know so many trainers and coaches. And right now you might be feeling like you don't want to take. You're like, Lynn, can you give me, just come on, dude, like give me some tactics, give me some strategies, man. And I get it. 2 years ago, I would have been in the same boat. And 2 years ago, I read every single book on marketing, sales, tactics, Facebook ads, all those courses. I've done them all. And I'm good at them now, right? And they came in for a particular reason. But at the time, I was struggling. And I was struggling because I could not go on holidays without freaking out. I could not be away from my computer and my phone without freaking out. Because I did not value myself. Therefore, other people did not value me. And so why I'm telling you this is because if you want to make the quickest change inside of your life, you need to step up and become somebody that deserves to be followed. You want to be followed. You want more clients. You want to build a business where clients chase you. But here's the reality for most coaches that are listening to this. You aren't willing to step up and become somebody worthy of being chased. Now you might go, Lynn, that's a little bit harsh. And true, I've always been honest. I've always told you my opinion, and naturally I think my opinion is always right. And you know, if you want to take an opinion elsewhere, then that is fine too. Okay, but you are here. You are here to listen to my opinion. So the reality is, I've helped coaches step up and transform into somebody who needs to be followed, who wants to be followed, who appeals to certain people. Okay, because when you create desire inside of people's lives to follow leaders, that's when the game will change for you. That's when the game will change for your business. That's when you'll start valuing yourself. That's when you'll stop chasing people. Now, how do you make this transition? You just wake up suddenly one day? No. First and foremost, you need to construct yourself as a leader. You need to sit out there and go, who do I need to become? Like, I want to have a business that attracts these people. I want to work with these people only. I might want to work with CEOs and, you know, be leading CEOs. But the reality is, here's the reality. Why would CEOs pay you and want to follow you? And here's the reality. If you are selling a service, you're going to become a commodity. If you just help them get into shape, you will be commodity because they'll find another easier, faster route as technology advances. So the only plausible option is for you to step up and be somebody that they want to follow. And they want to follow because you are leading them. So the question is, who do you need to become to have CEOs follow you, to pay you, to respect you? That's my question for today, because ultimately I see this a lot of the times inside the Facebook, right? I see this a lot of the times inside the Facebook. So many people would tell you that, hey, just wrap together a $5,000 package and sell it to rich people. And they're like, well, the rich people are rich for a reason. They got there, they're pretty smart. So you must be thinking, why would they pay me $5,000 for just the package? And you are correct. Rich people are very smart. And they're not going to pay you $5,000 if they don't feel what you have is worth $20,000. And how do you make that happen? Number one, you can stack up value, but how do you stack up value inside of online coaching? Or number two, you can stack up the value within yourself. Stacking up value by giving other things away, giving services, giving options, giving value. Or you can stack up the value so that your time is worth so much and they perceive the time they get with you is worth so much. There's two ways. Generally, the other way can be commoditized. And I can give people tons and tons and tons of value, but so can all the other trainers. But if I build upon the value within myself as a leader and I become somebody desirable, then now I've got CEOs chasing me and they see the desire, then I stand out and the value is all within me. The value is me. And so why I'm saying this is because I really want to help you step up to make 2017 your year. I'm always on the edge trying to think inside of our agency, inside of our legacy coaching program, inside of our 10X masterclass of how can I help these trainers dominate? Not just grow, but dominate. Become people that change the world by stepping up to become leaders and getting people to follow them and getting people to commit to change. But ultimately, how do I help people dominate so that they're never in this scarcity mindset? The scarcity mindset is a mindset where you're chasing people all the time. You feel like you don't have enough clients. You don't feel like you have a business. The reasons why you don't feel like you have a business is because you're chasing the tactics and you haven't worked on the value within yourself. So here's the reality. If you worked on the value within yourself, would that change the game? If you knew you were worth $1 million, would that change the game? How would you go about your presentations? How would you go about your marketing, your emails, your videos, your content that you put out? And the reality is most trainers and coaches don't. And I didn't. So you might be wondering, Lynn, how do I make this transition? The first step is understanding who you need to become. Because what you are today is just your thoughts of who you are. Okay? And what you need to understand is that you can change and change those thoughts to become who you actually want to be. Now, I know society is not going to tell you that because society is going to say, hey, but wait, Johnny can't change because Johnny is a fake then. And I'm telling you that if you decide, you make a decision to no longer associate yourself with your identity and transform into a new identity, and you build upon the daily habits to step into becoming that person, you will become that person, you will change. And people who once knew you, they would have known a version of you. And I'm telling you this today because this is truly the way to build yourself to become unstoppable, to build yourself to move away from scarcity so you never have to worry about getting clients again. And when you step in and you actually do the work, because this is the hard work, then the game will change for you. And this is something that I've realized. And why I want to share this with you today is because I know you're sick and tired of chasing things, going around the circles. I know you're sick and tired of seeing more shiny objects come, getting more confused. I know there'll be times where you feel up and down and you just kind of go, I don't know what I'm doing, but God. And I know deep down that you might be feeling right now like this whole internet online coaching and building your legacy is kind of bullshit, but there is that 1% of you that kind of thinks that there is hope. And that you're willing to take the risk, you're willing to take the small things. But I'm telling you right now that if you do not work on yourself, constructing on yourself to becoming a leader, to becoming a person who wants and needs to be followed by other people and has a gravitational pull around people, you will lose. You'll be stuck in a commodity market selling services that billions of other people can sell as well. And so I'm going to leave you with this note. I'm going to leave you with this question. Who do you have to become in order for you to be chased? Who do you have to become in order for you to build something that people want? Who do you have to become to have a value worth $1 million right now inside of yourself? Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.